let's overcall all the concepts simultaneously what we are discussing today. So before moving to Gen AI, I want to know what exactly the data mean. What exactly data? Yes, it's a collection of information. Okay, whether it is related to the facts or some rows and some columns, whatever it may be. So what exactly the Gen AI is about? What is Gen AI? The word itself suggests us generating the new content, right? Gen AI in the sense generating the new content. So how it was generating the new content based on the old content? Okay. So based on the information which we are giving, the input which we are giving to the system, right? So the model, whatever, whether for example it is a chat GPT, for example it is a Gemini, for example it is a cloud.ai, whatever it may be. So whatever the model we are using, we are giving some input to the user, like the system, right? Here, the data is nothing but information, right? Information. What exactly the Gen AI is? It is nothing but generating the new content, whether it is related to text, whether it is related to images, or whether it is related to videos or whatever it may be, right? So generating the new content, exactly what the Gen AI means. So here, whatever the task we are going to do, everything will depends on the data. So let's understand what exactly the data scientist, the role of the data scientist. Let's understand the role of data scientist. Okay. So before moving to understanding about the data scientist role, first of all, we need to understand what exactly the data science is about. Okay. So the data science is nothing but, so everywhere, whatever the business, whatever the companies, whatever it may be related to anything. So we need to have some data so that we can perform some kind of the solutions to the business problem. Okay. I'm having the business problem that is related to e-commerce. Okay. So e-commerce, whether it is Meesho, imagine that is a Meesho. Okay. Here in Meesho e-commerce application, so what's the main problem of this Meesho? So from the past few days, the sales are very low. Okay. The sales are very low. This is their particular business problem. So what the client will do, he will directly come to the data scientist. What he will do? He will come to the DS, that is data scientist. What the data scientist will do, he will first understand the business problem. What kind of the problem they are facing. Okay. So once the business problem was understood by the data scientist, the life cycle of data science will start. Okay. DS. So let's understand how the life cycle of data science will start. Okay. So first we need to understand the business problem, whatever the thing we need to do. Okay. Business understanding is very much important. Once the business problem has understood by the data scientist, what he will do, he will assign the work to the data analyst. What the data analyst will do? Yes. So he will analyze the data. How he will analyze the data? Based on the data, okay, that was provided by the client. That is nothing but data collection. So once the data has been collected, we need to prepare the data according to the business requirement. Okay, we will be having many of the columns. From that, some necessary will be required, right? So based on that necessary thing, we will prepare the data according to the business. Okay, and then we need to start analyzing the data. Whenever we are analyzing our data, we will face with some kind of the complex problems, whether it is related to null values, duplicates, wrong data, wrong format. What we need to do, we need to make it to the correct format so that we can visualize our data properly. Okay. So that for reason, we need to clean our data. That is nothing but data cleaning. Okay. Once the cleaning has done, we are ready to visualize our data. That is nothing but EDA. What is it? EDA. That is exploratory data analysis. Okay, what we are going to do? We are performing the exploratory data analysis. Once the exploratory data analysis has done, we are ready to move to the feature engineering. Okay, what is it? Feature engineering. And then we'll move to the predictive modeling. Okay, I'll tell you one by one. Okay, and then we'll move to the deployment. This is how the flow will start. Okay, so till here, the collecting the data, preparing the data, cleaning and exploratory data analysis. This is the role of data analyst. Okay, he will work on analysis. Okay, once the analysis has done, whatever the solution he has given to the business problem, that should be analyzed by the machine learning engineering so that we can understand how much accurate it is. Okay. So that's the reason why we'll move to the feature engineering. So the role of the feature engineering and the predictive modeling is nothing but it will be done by the ML engineer. What is the role of ML engineer? So he will work on the feature engineer and he will work on the predictive modeling. Okay, ML engineer, the role of ML engineer. So in feature engineering, what he is going to work? So he is going to understand what algorithm suits for my business problem. Okay. So the feature engineering is nothing but so he will understand the algorithm. Okay. Because in machine learning, we will be having what are the different types? Yesterday we had discussed ML, machine learning types, ML types. Types of ML. As we had discussed yesterday, that is supervised learning. Yes, exactly. Unsupervised learning. And one more thing is reinforcement. Okay. Reinforcement. Okay. In this, so the supervised learning is nothing but it completely depends on the structured data. Okay. It works on the structured data. Unsupervised learning in the sense it completely works on the unstructured data, that is unlabeled data, structured data. What the reinforcement do? So whatever the right action the supervised and unsupervised things has done, it will gives the reward and it will give the penalty based on the wrong actions. Okay, that's the work of the reinforcement. Already we had seen yesterday one example, the vacuum, the agent of AI, right? So we had discussed that. Okay, so here in this also we will be having some more algorithms related to regression and classification, and also in unsupervised learning, we will be having some more types like clustering and one more thing that is association rule learning. Okay. So these are the types which we are having. Okay. In this also we are having some more types. Like if it is related to the regression algorithms, then we are having the linear regression. Okay. Logistic regression, and we will be having SVM or SVR support vector regression, and we'll be having many types. Okay, all these in regression. And also as come to classification, we will be having K nearest neighbors, and we'll be having the null Bayes theorem, and we'll be having logistic regression. Okay. So because the logistic regression works on the both cart, like cart in the sense classification and regression algorithms. Okay, that's the reason why we'll be called it as cart. Okay. So these are the different algorithms. What the main goal of the ML engineer, he need to understand what algorithm it suits for the business problem. Okay. So some of the output, the dependent variable will be continuous data. Okay. Some of the like dependent variable will be categorical data, that is spam or not spam. Okay. So this is nothing but the categorical data. So if you are having the categorical data, then we can identify, we need to use the classification algorithm. Okay. This is how we can understand. Okay. So for that reason, we are going with the feature engineering. Once the the things has sorted, we need to use this particular algorithm. What the person will do? Okay, the ML engineering will move to the predictive modeling. Here in predictive modeling, we will be having a data set. So we need to split our data into two parts, that is independent and dependent variable, that is nothing but input and output variable. And then we need to train our model and we need to test our model, and then finally we need to find the accuracy of a particular data. Okay, so we are having one customer related to the e-commerce. Okay, we have done the analysis, the data analyst has done the analysis. Now what are the analysis we had done, whatever the solution we had given or whatever the recommendation we had suggested for the client, so we need to understand how much accuracy it was giving. So whether the decision is going to the profit or loss. So all those things will be done by visualization. Already we had seen in ED. Okay, so just we are giving the accuracy, how much accurate our business recommendation is, whether it is 90% accurate, whether it is 95% accurate, whether it is 80% accurate. So we are giving some particular sort of the result. Once it was done, finally we need to the deployment. So the deployment will be done in the PI analysis, like dashboards. Some of the people will require the dashboards. Some of the people will require the deployment in the some front end base. Okay, the deployment like by using Streamlit or whatever it may be. Okay, so based on the requirement of the client, we can do different things. So this is all about the data science. Now we can understand what exactly the data science is. It is nothing but extracting the data to get some valuable patterns or insights for BB, in the sense business problem. Okay, we are having the data, we are extracting the data so that we can find some patterns or some kind of the insights for the business problem. And then whenever we are going to solve the business problem, we will face with some complex problems related to math, stat, or whatever it may be. Complex problems in math and stat. Okay, so because we need to clean our data, right? So for cleaning the things, we need the requirement of the statistics to identify the central tendency, mean, mode, median. By using those things, we can fill the null values. Okay, that's the requirement of the data science. Okay, and then finally, predicting the future values. Predicting the future values. Okay, by using ML. That is nothing but machine learning. Okay. So this is nothing but the three things, whatever the extracting the data, solving the problems and predicting is nothing but it is a role of the data scientist. Okay. So that's the reason why the data scientist is playing a major role, because to understand, to communicate with the client so that he can understand. So whatever the roles we are having, whether it is related to DA, the data analyst, whether it is related to ML engineer, whether it is related to BI analyst, each and every role, whatever the requirements will be having, that will be by the data scientist. Okay, so what the data scientist will do, so he will deploy the model, he will understand the predictions, the future values, and he will also do the analysis or whatever required for the business problem. That is lead. Nowadays we are hearing about the role that is lead Gen AI engineer. Okay, what the role of or a lead Gen AI engineer, or let's say like a lead Gen AI data scientist. Okay. So for going to this particular role, I had discussed all the data science related concept. Okay. What the role of the data scientist? Okay. He will understand the business problem, whatever the business problem we are having. He will predict the model, okay, to find the accuracy. And finally, he will deploy the model. That's the role of the data scientist. What exactly the lead Gen AI data scientist? Okay. It is nothing but integrating LLMs to the role of all those things, whatever the roles we are having. So we are having the business problem. Let's imagine we are having one business problem related to whatever it may be, or say like e-commerce only or healthcare, whatever it may be. Okay, I'm opening the ChatGPT. ChatGPT is nothing but it is a LLM model, right? Large language model. So here we can see the data analyst. Okay, so it was developed by ChatGPT, right? So here by giving one particular document, whatever it may be. So let's upload some document from here. Let's imagine I'm having some. Okay, so I'm having some sales file. Just I'm giving this particular file to the data analyst. What it will do? So it is a LLMS, so it will be having the entire internet data, and it is going to convert a new generating a new content, right? So just I'm giving some kind of the prompt. Read the CSV file and start the analysis. Okay, start the analysis. And simultaneously, I'm giving one more document. So from the client, okay. So the client has given some information about the data set, like some EDA documentation on the, okay, not your retail. Let's take some. Okay, it's online retail. Just a second, just a second. KPI problem. So it's a KPI problem. Just a second, guys. Just open the data analyst, and I'm giving one more documentation upload from computer. So just KPI, okay, and problems for pizza. This is the document, the Word document, which consists of the entire flow what I need to do for this particular problem, business problem. So just I'm giving this to the data analyst. What it will do, it start analyzing. Okay, which consists of 48,620 rows with 12 columns. So this is all about the data. What we need to analyze, we need to mention some of the KPI requirements, that is the total revenue, whatever that particular document has generated, average order value, the total pizzas sold, the total orders, and average pizzas per order. So it will give the analysis. Okay, this is the based on the document. So these are the total revenue. So exact whatever the requirement we need for our particular problem, it was giving entire thing. And also it was suggesting, so would you like to start generating the visualizations based on your chart requirement? Yes, I want that too. So just I am giving the S. Okay. So by giving that particular prompt, what it will do, it will analyze and it will start the chart like daily trends. What are the daily trends based on the week, based on the month, and based on the pizza category? Every visualization will be shown by it. So that means what it was happening. So the data scientist, what the role of the data scientist? He want to understand the business problem. So it was not giving the accurate results. See, so it was giving some like here is the daily trend of photos. So it's not proper. Okay. So we need to make into the proper. That will be depend on the prompt. Okay. So that's exactly what the prompt engineering means. So based on the prompt, whatever we had given to the LLM, it will understand according to the requirement. Okay. So let's keep that aside. So from the particular LLM, we didn't understood the proper chart requirement, right? So that's the role of the lead Gen AI data scientist. What he will do, he will exactly given the prompt. That means what is his requirement? I need some daily trends, okay, based on the weekly basis. So I need to give the prompt according to that. There, the prompt engineering will plays a major role. Prompt engineer. So what the role of the prompt engineer? So what exactly the prompt mean? The output that we require. Okay. Based on that requirement, we have to give proper information to the LLM model, right? So that's exactly what the prompt is. So prompt is nothing but questioning to the computer, like the questioning to the LLM model. Okay, so it will analyze that particular question and it will give the output. That is nothing but, so we are giving some input and it will giving the output, that is nothing but response. Okay. So based on our questioning, it is giving the accurate response. So here the data scientist brain will plays a measure. So because he need to give the proper prompt so that he will give the result. Okay, so that's the main role of the prompt engineering. So you need to understand what it. So nowadays the people are saying that by taking the Gen AI role, so all the jobs will be replaced. So what exactly? So you need to understand. So if you are a data analyst, you need to understand how to talk with the AI so that it will give the exact result. So that will be not replaced. So that means you need to integrate with AI, okay, so that your task will be easy. So that's the main purpose of LLM. Okay. So for creating, so for example, you want to work some 2 hours of work, you are having 2 hours of work. Okay. You need to perform some analysis, the entire flow of analysis. Okay. So by taking the help of LLM, what it will happen, you can do your work in within 30 minutes or whatever. Right. So this is how we can reduce our work. Okay. So by using the LLM to our daily rules. Okay. Here, as come to the so we had discussed about the prompt engineering. So lead Gen AI is nothing but leading a team more than 10 to 15 members. Okay, the Gen AI is nothing but applying the LLM models to our role, data scientist role. That's exactly the role of lead Gen AI data scientist. What the role of lead Gen AI engineer? He will completely work from the deployment to the clouds. Okay, ML ops. Okay. Okay, machine learning operations. Okay, how we need to perform by using the pipelines. Okay, so we need the help of the pipelines. Okay, by using CI/CD, we can easily integrate it. So see, imagine that you are having the Amazon. Okay, so in that you need to perform some kind of the sentiment analysis based on the feedback of the customers. How you can do that? You need to integrate the LLM to it. That is, there the transformers will plays a major role. Transformers is nothing but the modern NLP technique. Okay, by using BERT, by using Robota, what you can do, you can directly integrate it to cloud so that whatever the data you are generating day by day, so that will be in cloud and it will give the result according to the. Okay, so that is nothing but reinforcement learn. Okay, based on your actions, the feedback, it is nothing but the feedback learn based on your action. So if the customer has given the positive review, that it is nothing but what your performance is good, right? So we can understand that your performance is good. That means you are getting some kind of the reward, the stars, the rating, right? So if the customer has given the negative feedback, what it will happen? It will affect to your particular application, right? Whatever the Amazon, right? So that means nothing but penalty. Penalty in the sense loss in your particular business. Okay, this is how it will work. Okay. So here integration is nothing but all the applications, whatever the model we have made till now, that will be integrated to that application, whatever we are using. Okay. So here in Amazon, I'm taking only the example of e-commerce. Okay, we can also integrate in healthcare. That is to introduce some drug. Okay, to identify the patterns of the patients. Okay, so for example, we are having it is a multi-specialty hospital. We will be having multiple records. Okay, in that we are having the patients related to like cancer patients, the heart-related patients, or someone related to some other diseases. Okay, so based on the test, whatever we had done to that particular patient, so based on the results, we can identify what stage he is in particular cancer, whether he is in third stage, whether he is in fourth stage. We can easily identify what kind of the dosage I need to give that particular person. So that is nothing but the pattern. How we are identifying based on the data science. Okay, extracting the patterns based on the business problem. So the business problem is Amazon. So for example, it is related to healthcare. That means the identifying the customer, taking care of the patients. Okay. So to give the proper treatment to the patient. How all these things will be done based on the data. Everything will be depends on the data. Okay. Here I'm having the Amazon. Okay. So I'm searching for multiple times. I'm searching for some, let's say, some product related to some mobiles. Okay. What it will do? So you're searching for mobiles related to some Redmi. Okay. In Redmi, we'll be having multiple mobiles. What it will do? So you're searching for Redmi from the database, all the Redmi mobiles related to some different models, it will suggest for us. Okay, right? So next time I'm suggesting my requirement is something like kurtis. Okay, what it will do? So from the database, whatever the related kurtis we will be having, it will be showcased. Okay, and whether there will be any offers or whatever it may be, it will suggest to me. That is nothing but recommendation. Not only in Amazon, we are having the different AHA. What is AHA? It is nothing but like a OTT platform, right? So in this, we will be having different movies, series, or whatever it may. Okay, how these things will be working on? So here we need to understand the natural language processing. Okay, natural language processing is nothing but a recommendation engine. Okay, how the recommendation engine will work. To run the NLP, we need the help of all the libraries, whether it is a NumPy, whether it is a Pandas or whatever it may be. So here in AHA movie, like AHA Netflix OTT platform, here we will be having movies, series, or all those things. So movies will be stored in zeroth position because the system, the computer will understand only like the arrays indexing. Okay, so whatever the data will be having, that will be stored in the indexing position. Zeroth position, we are having some movies. Okay, imagine in first position I am having some series. Okay, and again in movies also we will be having different types, right? Comedy movies, horror movies. Okay, and what say comedy, horror, thriller, adventure, right? So in zeroth position, I am storing some movies. In first position, I am storing some series. Okay. In this, again, movies in zeroth position, I am having the movie related to comedy, like comedy scene, like movies. And in this, I am having some adventures movies. Okay. And in some like what's it, thriller movies, and some like actions, exactly, action. Okay, so these are the different movies. In comedy movies also we'll be having different movie names, right? So and again 0, 1, 2, whatever the movies we are having, it will store in this particular position. So how the NLP will analyze? So you are searching for movies where it is, where the keyword movie is, it is in zeroth position. Okay, and again, so I am searching for some comedy movies. Where is it? It is in zeroth position. Okay, in comedy movies he is searching for some comedy F2. Okay, imagine that F2 is a comedy movie. Okay, so I am searching for comedy movie, so it will goes to some F2 has stored in second position. So it was resulted. So whatever the comedy movies related in this particular position 0, 1, 2, 3, everything will be recommended to you because you had previously you had watched F2 movie. That's why I'm suggesting the recommendation movies. Okay, so let's see one particular example. I'm having some of the TMDB movie related details. Okay, from the details, what I'm doing, so I had integrated that with the Streamlit, the deployment. So whenever I'm asking, okay, the movie recommender, I'm choosing a movie that is Avatar. Okay, so just imagine that it is a Netflix platform, whatever it may be. So what it will do, it will recommend related to movies like Titan, A, Small Soldiers, Independence Day. That means, so based on your movie, it was suggesting some movies. This is nothing but NLP, natural language processing. Based on the human requirement, it was suggesting some movies. Not only movies, not only products, not only drugs, whether you are using some Apollo or whatever it may be. What it will do, you're looking for sugar medicines. Okay, so whatever the sugar medicines required, whether it is 100 mg or 250 mg, everything will be recommended to you. Not only in one particular application, each and everything, the daily basis, whatever the applications you are using in your mobile, everywhere it will be integrated. You are using Instagram, there it will be integrated because it is a marketing, that is nothing but digital marketing strategy. Okay, everywhere based on the data, the business will grows, not only in one application, everywhere around us. Okay, so multiple times I'm searching for a data science, okay, related concepts, okay, data science courses, okay, I'm suggesting. Okay, what I will do, I'll search in Google data science courses near me or whatever it may be. So whenever I had opened some YouTube or whatever it may be, it will give some ad related to that because I had previously searched for data science. Okay, so it will recommend like Scalar is an institute which was suggesting some data science concepts or whatever it may be. XLR is an institute which was suggesting. So we will get some kind of the ads. That is nothing but marketing based on the customer preferences or customer suggestions. So it was suggesting. Okay, this is how the marketing will depends. Okay, so everything is nothing but it is a flow of Gen AI. Okay, so the data science, artificial intelligence is nothing but integrating the data. So whatever the concepts we are working in, Gen AI, generating the new content, how it was generating based on the data. So because the LLM, the large language model consists of the entire internet data. Okay, so because that will not be accepted by machine learning or deep learning. Okay, so that's the advance of ML and DL. So to learn the generative AI, the ML, DL, NLP will be the foundation. Okay, that's the reason why I had given the overview about all those things. Okay, so in this, what is the, I think that yesterday we had discussed whatever the content we are going to learn in these things, right? So let me open some documentation so that you can clearly understand what is exactly your syllabus. Just let me share. Exactly.
Yeah, how many days that this course takes place?
So see, this is exactly what the content you are going to learn. So see, in generative AI, because we need to start from the basics of the Python, right? So because you need to understand exactly what we are going to happen in the Python and all those things, how to write the syntax and all those things. Because some of the persons will be new to this particular Python program. Because some of the persons will be from e-commerce background, some will be from MBA background, whatever it may be, right? So that's the reason why we'll start from the basics of the Python. We'll give all the introduction to like control structures, like functions and data structures like list, tuple, dictionary, how to create all those things. Okay, and we'll move to the file handling. That is nothing but how to handle this different file, whether it is a text, whether it is a CSV, whether it is a images related files. Okay, and also object oriented programming. It is nothing but like a OOPS concepts. Okay, so we'll understand how to create classes and how to use the classes in different models or whatever it may be, and we will understand about the exception handling. Okay, and all these are the basics. Okay, so not the Gen AI. So it is nothing but learning the Python program. Okay, and we are understanding how to integrate the NumPy, Pandas, the different modules, Matplotlib, Seaborn. Okay, so because The lead Gen AI data scientist is nothing but he should understand each and every flow. Okay, the data scientist role is nothing but so to visualize the analysis, whatever requirement, the deployment, the predictions, everything should be known by him. So, okay, that's the reason why we are giving the overview of all those things, and then we move to the generative AI, the basic level of the foundation of ML, DL, and NLP. Okay, here we will understand about the AI, artificial intelligence, what exactly machine learning, what exactly deep learning, what exactly natural language processing. Okay, as we had discussed yesterday about the ML, DL, and NLP, how the neural networks will work. Okay, what are the difference, like how the images will be processed and each and everything, right? So, what is the role of ML engineer in Gen AI? Okay, we'll understand. So predictions and integrating to the Gen LLM, nothing but LLM. Okay, so what are the different techniques in ML? That is, as I had told you, the supervised, unsupervised, and the reinforcement. We'll understand all those things. And what are the applications we had used in this particular? Even in healthcare, okay, even we can use in e-commerce, even we can use in manufacturing, even we can use in finance background. Okay, everywhere we can take the help of the ML. Okay, and also what exactly the NLP will do. Okay, the nothing but recommendation engine. Okay, to recommend these things, okay, we will be having the feedback forms. The product is awesome, the product is good, the product is very bad, the quality is good, the quality is bad. So all these are nothing but the feedbacks, right? So what the NLP will do, so it will divide the sentence into words. Okay, the words are nothing but tokens. Okay, so the LLM will accept these number of the tokens, so that so some of the like open air, so we need to take if we had taken more than thousand of tokens, we need to pay to it. Okay, we need to pay some kind of the dollars. Okay, if it is less than that, then we cannot need the like it is a free version. Okay, we need to no need to pay and all those things. So to work with the NLP, what we need require, so how the word to vector, vectors are nothing but like it will convert the entire data into zeros and ones. We had seen, right? So 0 1 is nothing but so 0.1 like that. Okay, so we'll be having different things, and deep learning techniques are nothing but CNN, that is conventional neural networks, completely works on the images. Okay, so it will give the images output. So the best example will be the real time example will be like Aadhaar card. So everyone will be having unique identity. Everyone will be having unique fingerprints. Okay, based on your fingerprint, we can identify this is this person. Okay, based on your fingerprint, I can identify this is this person, right? So this is how the conventional neural networks will work. Okay, and we'll be having long short term. Okay, LSTM is nothing but long short term memory. So it is the advanced version of RNN. Okay, recurrent neural networks. Okay, and we are going to work with the transformers, that is nothing but BERT, and we are having Robusta. Okay, nowadays the Amazon is working with the Robusta to get to perform the sentiment analysis. Okay, to perform the feedback of the customers. Okay, because it consists of the large amount of the data, because we are having multiple so many customers in the Amazon, not only in Amazon, different like applications. Okay, and we can understand about the generative AI. Okay, the GANs is nothing but generative adversarial networks. Okay, so in GANs we will be having two different things, that is generating and discriminator. So what exactly these things will do, whatever the images the like a Gen AI is generating, the LLM is generating, it will identify whether it is fake or real. The discriminator will do that thing. Okay, that exactly what the GAN is. Okay, and we'll understand, yeah, as I had told you, the transformer, BERT, Roberta, and GPT, generative pre-trained transformers. And here we can understand about how to give the prompt. That's exactly how to craft effective prompts to the LLMs so that we can get the accurate results. Okay, that's exactly what I had told you about the prompt engine. And we can understand about fine tuning. Okay, and we'll understand about the chunking strategies is nothing but in NLP we'll be having, we need to divide into the chunks, nothing but words. Okay, so how these things are done, character splitting and recursive character splitting, we can understand each and everything, document based. Okay, and the RAG concepts is very much important for the entire generative AI. Okay, and we'll move for yesterday we had seen one particular demo with respect to LLM model, that is Gemini, by using open API, right? So we had taken API key and we had performed the line chain and we had built some chart boot. Okay, nothing but based on my question, it was giving the output answers. Okay, and also vector database, and we can nowadays we are hearing about the agents, building the agents. Okay, how to build the agents. Okay, and we are listening about one more topic, that is MCP. That is what exactly MCP? Anyone know? Here we can use LLMS on cloud, that is OpenAI and Amazon Bedrock. Okay, And we can take the help of the different AI tools like ChatGPT, Gemini, and Copilot. Okay, this is the entire syllabus. So if you are having any questions or queries, let me know. So the best example for MCP is like we'll be having one USB, right? So we can connect multiple plugs to that. So that means at a time it performing multiple tasks. That's exactly what the MCP. Any more questions related to the subject?
Yes,
Then I can
time.
continue.
Yes.
Yes.
Hi, ma'am. My doubt is here. I was just only into the prompt engineer. Like I'm only to the concern. I'm expecting only to focus on prompt engineering. So is it nearly mandatory, necessary to go with ML and all, like whatever the subjects you have
No,
shown
no,
me?
no. If you want to go exactly on the prompt engineering, all the ML, deep learning techniques, all those are not required for you. So you
Hmm.
can go with the prompt, only the prompt engineering. There will be also another course related to the prompt engineering, how to give the queries effectively so that the AI model can generate the content, okay, or give the accurate output to your particular questions, okay.
Okay, okay. Actually, I have done few certifications on prompt engineering. Actually, I'm an HR recruiter, so I've
Okay.
done few certifications in prompt engineering. So I was just only focusing on that. So
Mhm.
while going with the complete session, no, I have seen ML and all. So I was just
Yes, yes.
having a
So
few.
no, no,
That
not
that will be other course, right?
yes, yes. Okay. There will be
Can I get the details of that?
okay, okay. You can you can get the details from your counselor itself. Okay.
Hmm. Okay, okay, fine.
To generate content and exploring other tools. Okay. Hashmi, like we don't include all the AI tools. Okay. Because we can only include the ChatGPT, Gemini, and Copilot. Okay. So if you want to generate the images, then you can go with the DALL-E, Midjourney, and Stable Diffusion. Okay. You need to understand each and everything. So you here you are going to give the quick intro about the prompt engineering. So you can understand how you can give the prompt effectively so that you can work with the different tools. Okay, that's it.
మరిన్ని వీడియోస్ కోసం ఛానల్ని సబ్స్క్రైబ్ చేయండి. థ్యాంక్స్ ఫర్ వాచింగ్.
Brolly Academy.